Now that the dust is settling a little bit on the failed takeover of Newcastle United, talk about boycotting St James's Park next season now that we're stuck with Ashley for a while longer yet has resurfaced. So what should fans do? Let's discuss it. The first thing I'd say regarding whether or not you should enter St James's Park next season is each to their own. Everyone is entitled to their view, and in my mind, nobody is right and nobody is wrong. I can see both sides of the fence. I think fans need to respect each other's points of view and decisions that they make, and not make it personal or call people the problem for whatever decision that they take. But I get why people cannot give up going to St James's Park regardless of what is going on. I mean, I've seen people say go and support your local non-league club, and whilst the sentiment of that is fantastic, as a Newcastle United supporter myself, there's only one problem with that. I only support Newcastle United, and getting into non-league football, whilst admirable, is for me not a suitable alternative. The old argument remains, why should I have to give up watching my club? I actually feel like we're kind of past the point where boycotting necessarily means that much either, because Ashley, in my mind, is a willing seller. I think he has one foot out of the door as it is, and I'm not sure a boycott in the true sense is actually needed. He wants out and he will go. And with Mike Ashley, he always does things on his terms. However, boycotting because of what is likely to be served up next season is absolutely understandable. And if you do go to St James's Park next season, you must have a glutton for punishment. Of course, there's going to be a lack of investment in the team, and we're stuck with a poor manager in Steve Bruce. It's hard to see many reasons to go and watch Newcastle. It could easily be worse than this season has been. Now, obviously, the decision is actually out of our hands initially at the moment due to the ongoing COVID situation, but crowds will get to go back at some point next season, I'm absolutely sure of that. So people will have a decision to make at some point. Personally, I am a season ticket holder. However, I've been going to fewer games for a few years now anyway, and a 4-hour round trip on a Saturday is a big commitment when you just know that the football isn't up to much. Adding to that the club is simply existing without doing the normal things a football club should be doing, like trying to improve and trying to win things. No ambition breeds ambivalence. I know I'm not the only one to feel that way too. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do yet next season. I'd like to take my daughters to more games when the stadiums are open, but then I do feel like, what's the point while Ashley is still there? What is there for them to fall in love with at the moment? It's very, very difficult. It is not an easy decision for me, and it's one that I really do need to think about. It could be that I just look at away games for a while, going to fewer of those, but part of me also believes that Ashley will sell at some point anyway, but will it be next season? It may be, but it's probably unlikely now. Overall, what I'd say is that everyone has the right to do what they want, and I won't knock anyone for going, and I won't knock anyone for not going. It's very personal, and everyone has reasons for wanting to go or not wanting to go, and no one knows anyone else's situation. But as I say, I would actually question whether we're past the need to boycott the club now. I don't think a full St James's Park would be enough to keep Ashley sticking around. I believe he wants to sell and actually needs to sell, and that's the important thing here. So going or not going will have no bearing on what Ashley does next. He wants to sell, and I believe he will sell. All we can hope for is that a legitimate takeover does happen, and we end up with a new owner who has the money and ambition and the ability to run the club properly and treat the club with the respect it deserves, and have a plan and a vision to make the club improve year on year and compete for things. And that's all we want as fans. I'd really love to know what you're going to do next season. Are you going to go to St James's Park when we're allowed to go back into the stadiums, if Mike Ashley's still the owner at that point? Or will you still not set foot in St James's Park while Mike Ashley's there? Or are you a season ticket holder at the moment who is going to cancel because the takeover's fallen through? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and consider subscribing to this channel too, and I'll see you really soon for another video.